Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the channel. Leicester City career mode for you today, episode 47. We're actually coming up close to 50. I just realized, let me know maybe if you want to see something kind of special for episode 50. Obviously it's halfway to 100. That's always a big mark. I don't know what I could do. It will probably just be a regular episode, but maybe we could do something special. Like I say, if you give me an idea that I think, yeah, that's decent, we could maybe think about getting that done. But for today, it's episode 47, starting off with a Capital One Cup game against West Bromwich Albion. You would have seen the lineup right there. A few players who don't usually get starts in the lineup today. Ayoze, Ishgrove, both of them denied right there by great saves from the keeper early on in this game. Some very good saves, especially for the one to deny Ayoze Perez. Grenier also getting a start. Florian Parker at right back. I think Nunez played at left back in this game also. We are on top at the start of this game. Florian Torvan, good run down the right, beats his man down the left side, and he pulls back a great ball to Harborough, a promising striker we got right here. I think he's a 68 overall at this point. 18 years old. He's got about 4-star weak foot and 4-star skill moves. He's looking like he's going to be a brilliant player. He's on the ball again here, and his shot is just wide of the post. 40 minutes in, we've had all the chances. Still no goal at the moment. West Brom coming down the left-hand side to get their first chance at the goal. At this point, Arsenal, if you remember, we sold to West Bromwich Albion in this passing transfer window. 30 million they signed him for, and I don't care what anyone says, that's a bit of an overpayment. He's a very good player, to be honest. He did fall a bit down the pecking order towards the later stages of his career, but then actually just before he left, he started getting back into the team. He's at 83 overall, I think he was when we sold him, so 30 million is not that much of an overpayment, and he has some brilliant stats. But via deflection, he is getting a goal on his first game against his old club since returning. So 76 minutes in, we're forcing another save out of the keeper, trying to get ourselves back into this game. Here's a brilliant chance. Florian Torvan just wide of the post. 84 minutes in, that's a brilliant chance to get something out of this game. However, we wasn't able to get anything out of this cup game. We are knocked out of the Capital One Cup quite early on. Jack Butland, as you can see there, man of the match. He made some brilliant saves, particularly the first of the game, the first highlight we even showed. Brilliant double save. We just couldn't break him down, and when we had a chance, we did get the ball past him at the end of the game, but Florian Torvan missed the chance to score his first for the team. So moving on past that, we are into the second game of the episode, and this one is against Crystal Palace away from home. Always a tough game. Well, Crystal Palace away, home or away, is always a tough game. Away from home, they do put a lot of pressure on you on the counter-attack, but at home, the stadium, it's a tough place to play, man. It's always rocking. I think it's one of the top 5 loudest stadiums in the Premier League, which is crazy, because they're not even one of the top 5, well, probably not even one of the top 10 biggest teams in the Premier League, or best teams at the moment. So yeah, that's crazy. But you can see early on we are dominating proceedings. A header cleared off the line right there into the second half now. Lamela bursting past his man, and Eric Lamela, this is exactly what I wanted to see from Lamela. He had a little bit of a slow start to his Leicester City career, but he's been picking it up in recent games. Picking it up. This is why I played him centre mid, because he has, I believe, all the abilities, all the skills to play in a centre mid position. Obviously not the defensive side necessarily, but he's got everything else. He could pick it up from deep, drive past his man, and in the final third, obviously, we already know how good he is with his feet, with his shots, his passing, his dribbling, all of that. And he put it all to show right there, driving past his man. Good shot into the bottom corner of the net. And finally, after all that pressure, we are able to open the scoring. Jeffrey Schlupp this time coming down the left-hand side from the left-back position, just twisting and turning. Eventually, I think it's Suarez who takes him down. Oh, it's actually Wilfried Zaha who takes him down. Left-back against right mid. That's the battle we had all day. This time, it was the left-back earning a penalty against the right mid. Right mid didn't know what to do, not best defensively, and just slid in, gave away a penalty that he really didn't need to give away. No need to slide. So coming into this, Mahrez was on it. We didn't want to let Mahrez take it. We gave it to Jovetic in the end. Can he bury it? Yes, he can. It's a brilliant penalty from Jovetic into the top corner right there, and we're able to make it 2-0 58 minutes in. We've had a little bit of a rocky start to the season in the Premier League this year, but hopefully at this moment looking to pick up another 3 points, get our season kick-started, because obviously we finished second last season in the Premier League, and this season our objective is top 4, but we've really started definitely a lot worse than we did last season, and just overall not really looking like we're going to make it into the top 4 with the way things are going at the moment. But like I said, if we could pick up 3 points here, hopefully we could push on Crystal Palace, trying to get back into the game there. Kabay really skying the opportunity. If he pulled one back, that could have been a chance. However, Wickham forcing a good save out of Ben Hamer. Now we come back on the attack. Jovetic playing a good ball out wide to Rolando Aarons. We already know the pace he has coming down the left-hand side, trying to pull it back, and it's from Suarez onto the keeper. It's just a big mess, and just luckily they're able to get out. But look at this. Late on in the game, we throw away a goal, just gifted them one right there. I don't know why. When you look back at it, you won't understand what happened, but in my shoes, it's a complete accident. I just fucked up. Every time I get the ball from the keeper, I pass it out. I always pass to the right back or the left back. That time, I done it quickly. I didn't actually notice Balassi coming across to cut it off, and we gave them a goal. So now Crystal Palace are back in it late on. Suarez again, just over the bar there. Ben Hamer forced to actually just scramble over for it. But in the 90th minute, Wilfried Zaha with a shot, and he isn't able to put it into the back of the net. So we did step out of there with a 2-1 victory, all 3 points. Jovetic man of the match. And outside of the game, we are now training our players up. Good training from Mahrez, Harborough. Also Van Ginkel with an A. Torvan and Van Hijf not doing so well, but Van Hijf is someone that I do want to keep training, especially with the defensive side of things, because I feel like he can be very good if we train him right. Also, before this Champions League game with Porto, you will see a quick little news clipping. I sounded a warning to the star man Fabian Schär. Obviously he's the captain, he is our best centre back, but recently he's just not been up to scratch. You've seen we've conceded a lot more goals than we're used to already this season, and a lot of it has been down to just individual players not doing as well as I'd expect them to. Individual mistakes, as you actually see one in this game, but it's a big mistake as well. Early on, however, it only took us 6.5 minutes to take the lead in this game. Jeffrey Schlupp, great finish. We actually started him, you would have seen from the starting lineup if you were paying attention. He is playing left midfield in this game. It's something that I have thought about from even season 1, eventually turning him into a left midfielder. He has all the stats for it. Obviously the finishing stats and stuff like that aren't as high as they could be. Hopefully, maybe we could train that. We still have plenty of time. He's still young. I think he's about 23 years old still at this point. He still has time to be training. But again, it's him causing trouble down the left-hand side, playing it into Jovetic in the end, and he tries to bend one. It's a good save from Iker Casillas in the end. Holtby, nothing able to come from that. 20 minutes in, a lot of chances coming around. Van Ginkel loses the ball to Josue? I didn't actually get a good chance to read that. But again, we're back on the attack. Van Ginkel with a long-range shot, palmed out wide by Iker Casillas again. So this is so far 30 minutes in. We'll have a few chances. It's a bit of an end-to-end game at this moment in time. Good save from Iker Casillas, and from a corner resulting, Mahrez whips it in. It's a good header, and it's just dispatched beautifully. It's a lovely, lovely header from Stevan Jovetic into the back of the net, and you see he goes there to thank Mahrez for the delivery. And you watch back the replay, I think there's 2 players. Jovetic is actually sandwiched in between. Okay, the guy behind him actually stepped away, but it's still a very good header. The way he climbs over his man. Jeffrey Schlupp was almost there as well, but Jovetic was the man to get his head on the ball. Casillas couldn't really do much about it. Maybe he could have done a bit better, I don't know, but that's a little bit harsh. It was a good header. It flashed past him. And Jovetic, who hasn't had the best start ever in the Premier League, has had a brilliant lightning start in the Champions League. 4 goals now in the Champions League, and that's a brilliant shot there you just missed from, well, Porto just missed there. And straight from kickoff, you see here Schlupp tackling his man, bursting down the left-hand side. And does that not remind you so much of Gareth Bale just powering down the left-hand side? Gareth Bale, especially in his Tottenham days, in the Champions League as well, especially. But Jeffrey Schlupp, like I said, the finishing just isn't right there. He's dragged it wide. Mahrez, we're on another attack again. Mahrez getting inside, and Casillas again making another save. Casillas has been very good to deny us early on in this game. But this is the mistake I was talking about early. Booted down the field. Nothing seems to be on right here. Hamer comes out for it and completely fucks it up. Royally fucked it up there, Ben Hamer. Nothing was on the cards for Porto right there. They've just booted it down the field from their half all the way into my own box. And you see, look, nothing's on. Ben Hamer can come, he can head it out. He tries to head it out. And he completely messes it up. He just gets he just makes a hash of it. I don't know what to say. And then from there, it's an easy finish for the Porto forward. Just laces it into back. And he didn't even really need to put that much effort and power into it. He could have just side-footed it and made sure. But I guess if you miss from there, you really don't deserve to be a professional footballer. But then, straight after 75 minutes in, the game, due to that mistake, has just flipped on its head. Porto have started throwing bodies at us. It wasn't even that much later after that goal. But really, it's just frustrating that goal allowed them to get back into the game. And after they scored that goal, I was thinking, if they dare get back into this game, if I lose all 3 points because of this, I'll be so pissed. And I was pissed, because that goal right there, there's no one to blame but myself. But I'm still blaming the fact that they got back into the game on the mistake, because we was 2-0 up, cruising, and then that shit happened that I had no control over whatsoever. Because to begin with, I didn't even bring Hamer out the goal to go and deal with it. It would have eventually got into the box anyway for him to be able to catch it, but they've brought him out. He's done whatever it was that he done, and he's fucked it up, and they've got a point from this game, which it would have been a big 3 points to put us up above Porto. But now I guess we're just level on points, a draw there. But we have to move on, because we have a Premier League game coming up against Swansea City at the King Power Stadium. Swansea aren't doing great this season, I don't think. If I remember correctly at this point, checking the table, they weren't doing great. Their lineup, as you can see right there, isn't great either. They're missing a lot of players. And Andre Ayew is actually playing at centre-back for some reason. And I did not notice that until right now. When I'm playing that game, I didn't realise he was playing there. Which actually kind of makes going down in 10 minutes feel a little bit worse. They're playing a winger at centre-back, and the winger is the guy who actually supplies the cross into the box for them to score. And it's Sigurdsson who gets his head on this cross as well. Like, he's not really the tallest player ever, but then I guess we didn't have the tallest players on our team guarding him. 13 minutes in, however, we're trying to get back into it. Jovetic is denied by Fabianski, but 1-0 down. We've just conceded a lot more goals than we're used to this season, and it's Sigurdsson again trying to open us up with a nice long-range shot. But as you can see from the replay upcoming, you probably noticed it from the first angle highlight. He did slip while taking a shot. It's a very good shot from Sigurdsson, a player I really like actually. Maybe we'll try and get him in a future career mode actually. I do like him a lot, but 2-0 down now. Swansea have doubled their lead, and it's Tuzan who gets a, well, I like that goal, to be honest, because you don't really see a goal like that too much on FIFA, and I do like seeing diversity in the goals you can score. And it's a nice little flipped on header. He's just kind of squatted down a little bit from a nice cross and just flipped it over. And Ben Hamer again, I don't know, would I be being harsh for saying he should have done better with that? I don't know. He's made 2 mistakes if you include that one in this episode now, and I'm kind of considering just dropping him for a little bit. Like, we done the same for Schmeichel to actually bring Hamer into the team in the first place. Hamer done well. Maybe we have Sigurdsson on the bench. He's not the highest overall keeper, but then again, neither is Hamer. And Hamer done quite well for a very long time. Maybe he's just having a blip. So maybe, let me know, we could try Sigurdsson for a bit, see how good he does. Or even we still have Adam Gibbons, who we loaned out for 2 years, who is at the moment, I think he's a better overall than Ben Hamer. So it would be no harm in bringing him back actually, and putting some training on him even. And yeah, so let me know what you think. I'm not too sure, but then again, Ben Hamer made a real good save towards the end of that game, so maybe it's just mistakes, one-off mistakes. But you can see here Van Ginkel again getting another A. Mahrez doing well with training. All the players doing quite well. Obviously, there is a big gap in between these next games, so we get another chance to train them. Torvan doing quite well again. Mahrez going up again. Van Hijf going up to a 63. He's someone, him and Thompson will probably be our next centre-back pairing in the future. However, we have some bad news. Well, kind of bad news. Mahrez, as you can see there from that news clipping, angling for a move maybe. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I haven't got any messages or anything from Mahrez saying he would like to leave, saying he's unhappy or anything. So maybe that is completely just new speculation. At this point, I'm going to just take it as speculation. Because like I said, he hasn't said anything to me. I don't see why he would be looking for a move. He hasn't asked for any contracts or anything. So I'm going to just tell you guys, Mahrez is happy. So Mahrez will be staying at the club. everyone else who is at the club right now has a contract at this club and will be staying at the club for the foreseeable future. You can see the Premier League table right there. It's a little bit disappointing, but then again, it's still early in the league, so we can't take too much, like, we can't be too upset with that. Like I said, the main thing I'm concerned about is goals conceded. We conceded almost the same amount of goals already this season as we conceded the whole of last season. So that's obviously, it is mainly down to, well, I say mainly, it's partly down to the fact that I've changed the sliders again to make the CPU a bit harder because I wasn't happy with the amount of goals I conceded last season. It felt a bit too easy to keep clean sheets. So I made the CPU a little bit better, a little bit faster than me, stuff like that. So that's part of the reason. But then obviously I think it might be down. I'm trying to a new formation. We've sold some defensive mids. We don't really have an out-and-out defensive midfielder in the team right now. We have Lamela, Holtby and Van Ginkel. Van Ginkel is the closest to a defensive midfielder, but he's not really an out-and-out defensive midfielder. So maybe that's part of the reason. We'll see if we could change something maybe and keep more clean sheets. Maybe it is down to the keeper. We don't know. But that's it for today's episode. I hope you enjoyed it. There will be another episode tomorrow. I actually have another episode ready to go up today, actually. So if you do want to see it, drop some likes on the video, and that shit will come up when I feel it's adequate. Bye.